Hi, my name is Rachel Williams and I'm here to share with you some interesting and hopefully helpful information about graphite, charcoal, and ink. You'll notice in your kit that there are a number of different kinds of pencils, a kneaded eraser, and a plastic vinyl eraser. You'll also notice some graphite sticks and a sketching pencil. Graphite is made from clay, graphite, wax, and perhaps a little bit of polymer. These are graded based on the European system hard and bold. Pencils were invented in the Czech Republic, and there's a longer story between the HB designation that goes back to the names of the people who helped invent the pencils, but that's for another day. In this drawing, you'll notice I start off with a very light HB pencil. I use this to lay out my composition and sketch in the figure. I love layering pencil and creating value through mark making. Gradually, I increase the softness and darkness of the pencils that I choose. Eventually, I'll move to the solid graphite stick. I like to save it to the end because it adds a bold texture and it helps to make beautiful lines that vary from light to dark and thick to thin. I like to focus on the quality and detail. And then eventually I'll use my eraser to pick out areas where light actually matters. In your kit is vine charcoal. Vine charcoal is literally made from burnt grapevines. It's delicate and light and it breaks easily. You'll see that I also use fixative as well as my kneaded eraser. The way to clean a kneaded eraser is to pull it and stretch it. Again, I start off by drawing the entire composition and figure lightly. I gradually build value and use my chamois to erase, lighten, and smooth the lines. Charcoal is very forgiving and great for gestural pieces. One thing that's really fun to do is to go and find different textures that you can use charcoal to capture. Here I'm using my patio table and the side of my vine charcoal. Another thing that's fun to do with charcoal is to use water. The more charcoal you have, the more texture and more brush strokes you'll see. In this piece it's very subtle, but it creates a beautiful washy texture. In your kit, you also have masking tape. You can carefully put the tape down to mask off areas that you want to keep white. Here I'm using it to make a striped fabric. Be careful when you pull it up. You don't want to rip your paper. You also have a box of compressed charcoal. This is great for dark areas, and it's much more concentrated than vine charcoal. In our kit, we have India ink, a Char-Kole pen, and liner pens of various widths. The liner pens are archival and light fast. This means that they won't fade or change color over time. I begin with my bamboo brush to lightly lay out my subject, and I use ink and a little bit of water to make areas that are light and dark. This paper lacks sizing, so the ink and water are easily absorbed and don't move around very much. Next, I like to start by painting with just water, and then sometimes I'll use wet into wet brush techniques to make spotty areas of texture and intense darks and lights. It's also nice to create soft lines. Finally, I use my Char-Kole pen. Don't forget, you have to wash the tip in soap and water in order to remove the industrial oils used in manufacturing. Otherwise, your ink won't stick. You place the ink in the reservoir. It stays in the reservoir with the help of surface tension. This is great for fine lines of varying widths. Finally, I finish with liner pens. Liner pens are great for precise line work. I could spend days and days working on this drawing with these pens, but I want to keep the freshness of the brushwork. Enjoy your supplies, don't be afraid, and make some art. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.